Welcome to Celebrity Box TV, the home of everything celebrity gist and events. Before we get into the heavy details of today's special feature, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and drop a comment below. We love hearing from you. Now, let's dive into the life of the man they call the landlord of Lagos, a man popularly known as MC Oluomo. To understand the man Musiliu Ayinde Akinsanya, you have to understand the place called Oshodi. In the 70s and 80s, Oshodi wasn't just a transport interchange, it was a republic of its own, a sprawling, chaotic ecosystem where only the smartest and toughest survived. Musiliu didn't start with a silver spoon, he started with a card. Long before he was a household name, he was known as Musiliu Card. This nickname came from the early managing days of a ticketing system for commercial vehicles. He was a young man who understood the language of the motor park, a complex dialect of respect, greed, and street level economics. While others saw chaos in the parks, Musiliu saw a system. He began as a conductor, then a driver, but his real talent was basically organization. He didn't just dive the bus, he wanted to manage the flow. He spent his youth learning the power structures of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, which is popularly known as the NURTW, serving as a loyalist to the elders and slowly building a base of young area boys who saw him as a big brother. His ascent through the union ranks was a masterclass in grassroots mobilization. In the world of Lagos transport, you just don't play or apply for a promotion. You earn it through loyalty and the ability to maintain peace in your zone. Oshodi became his fortress, and as the treasurer and later the chairman of the Oshodi branch, he transformed the zone into the most lucrative organized wing of the union. But the street was only the beginning. He realized on that for a union leader to truly survive, they needed a bridge to the political elites. By the time he rose to become the Lagos State chairman of the NURTW in 2019, he had already become a vital political asset. He wasn't just a union man, he was a mobilizer. His ability to command thousands of men with a single word made him an indispensable ally to the ruling APC, the All Progressives Congress, and his political mentor, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Even when the union structure shifted into the Lagos State Parks and Garages Management Committee, Musiliu's position at the top remained unshakable. He had successfully transitioned from a street guy to a state appointed administrator. Many see the power, but see the few pockets. Say many see the power, but few sees the pockets. Either of the two. In the grassroots of Lagos, MC Oluomo is whispered about not as a boss, but as a father, a philanthropy, who is legendary because it isn't corporate charity, it is street love. Oluomo has a personal vendetta against illiteracy. Having missed out on high-level formal education himself, he has made it his mission to ensure the next generation doesn't suffer the same fate. The Oshodi scholars, which in every academic session, hundreds of children from the poorest homes in Lagos receive full scholarship from his foundation. Beyond the degree, he doesn't just pay fees, he buys the books, the uniforms, and the laptops. For those who aren't academically inclined, he has built a massive network of vocational centers where youths learn everything from fashion design to heavy machinery repair. He believes that the idle hands are the devil's workshop, and he keeps those hands busy with skills. They call him the savior of the Nollywood Yoruba. If you walk into a Yoruba movie set today and ask about MC Oluomo, you will hear stories of tears and gratitude. He is the unofficial HMO, which is the Health Management Organization for Veteran Actors, the medical mercy When it comes with this iconic, to meet these iconic actors like Babasui, Ifi, Onwemene, or others faced with health crisis, Oluomo was often the first person to send a representative with a check. Doesn't wait for a GoFundMe or a community contribution or to go viral. No, he acts in the shadows as the Mr. Anonymous. This creative engine, it provides cars to veteran actors who have fallen on at times to preserve their dignity. He understands that the stars are the face of the culture and he treats them with the respect and reality they deserve. He is also called the father of festivity. During Ramadan and Christmas, the gates of his residence are thrown open, and it is a sight to behold. Thousands of people lining up, not just for a meal, but for survival packs. Bags of rice, gallons of oil, and cash envelopes are distributed to widows and the elderly. He is a devout Muslim, yet he sponsors Hajj and Jerusalem pilgrimages for his followers alike. He doesn't care which God you serve, or whether you serve a Batala or a Shu or whatever. He is open to each and every one of them. As long as you are a human being in need, he is there to meet your needs, given the grace to. So he's the man behind the legends and the character and loyalty. What makes a man good? For those in the inner circle, it is his loyalty. MC Oluomo is a man who never forgets a face. He still looks after the families of men who were with him in the 90s but are no longer alive. So they see him as the mediator. While the public sees a tough exterior, the community sees a judge. When there is a dispute in the market or a fight between neighbors in Oshodi, they don't always go to the police station. They go to the chairman. He is known for his ability to settle beefs with wisdom and fairness, often reaching into his own pocket to settle a debt just to keep the peace. He is also the family man. He is a man who prizes his children's success above all else. When a student graduates from universities in the US or UK, he celebrates them as his greatest achievements. He wants the world to know that a child of the park can produce a child of the ivory towers. This man is not just a complex man, he is also a kingmaker and a street general. But above all, he is a savior who decided to share his survival with everyone around him. He took the chaos of the Lagos transport system and turned it into a platform for empowerment. Whether it's being celebrated at the high society wedding or sitting on the floor with his boys in the park, his essence remains the same. A man who rose from the depth and the dust, but refused to let the dust settle on those coming after him. He is a philanthropist, a leader, and a legend of our time. Wow. So, what a journey from the clouds of Oshodi to the peak of Lagos influence. MC Oluomo's story is truly one of the books. But what part of the story inspired you the most? Do you have a personal story of his generosity? Let us know in the comments below. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Celebrity Box TV, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a gist. We are the home of everything celebrity, and we will see you in the next one.